Patrick. Welcome, Raymond. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and get started with the executive committee agenda. This Monday, March 8th, 2021. First of all, we'll have a call to roll.
Member Woolrad.
Here.
Member Metzger.
Present.
Member Barnett.
Sorry, present.
Member Went.
Present.
Member Martin.
Present.
Member Erickson.
Present.
Member Soldner.
Here.
Member Schaefer.
Here.
And Chairman McIntyre.
Here we have everybody present. We do have a quorum. Before you have the minutes of the February 8th, 2021 regular meeting. Is there a motion to approve? A motion by member Barnett and a second by member Schaefer. Any comments, questions, additions, or corrections to the minutes? If none, we'll take a roll call vote.
Member Woolrad.
Yes.
Member Metzger.
Yes.
Member Barnett.
Yes.
Member Went.
Here, or yes.
Member Martin.
Yes.
Member Erickson.
Yes.
Member Soldner.
Yes.
Schaefer.
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 9 yes votes, 0 no votes, and the motion is carried. Item number 3, appearance by members of the public. We had no one to submit a letter this month. We're going to departmental meetings, executive committee. We don't have any appointments or reappointments for this month. We do have 2 items for action. Item C, 1 is a request to approve annual seamless dock service agreement found on pages 5 through 18. Is there a motion to approve? Motion by member Metzger. Is there a second? Second by member Martin. Any comments or questions? Okay, we'll take a roll call vote.
Member Woolrad. I'm sorry, Lori, I didn't hear you. I apologize.
Yes.
Thank you. Member Metzger.
Yes.
Member Barnett.
Yes.
Member Went.
Yes.
Member Martin.
Yes.
Member Erickson.
Yes.
Member Soldner.
Yes.
Member Schaefer.
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 9 yes votes, 0 no votes. Motion is carried. Item C2, request approval to purchase Nimble Storage through joint purchasing contract, and that can be found on pages 19 through 23. Is there a motion to approve? Motion by member Schaefer, second by member Woolrad. Any comments or questions? Mr. Nelson is here in the room with me. If none, we'll take a roll call vote.
Member Woolrad.
Yes.
Member Metzger.
Yes.
Member Barnett.
Yes.
Member Went.
Yes.
Member Martin.
Yes.
Member Erickson.
Yes.
Member Soldner.
Yes.
Member Schaefer.
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 9 yes votes, 0 no votes, and the motion has carried. Other things that we have are items to be presented for information. There's your information technology report on page 24. There's also our Behavioral Health Coordinating Council report on pages 25 through 44. Ms. Malott is here with us. Are there any questions of Ms. Malott tonight? Okay, yeah, Ms. Woolrad. Member Woolrad.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Just want to say thank you for the graphs. They're really helpful. Just a question about how we are doing. I mean, some of the statistics there look very, very good to me. So I'm very pleased about that. I was just wondering, in our long-term plan, I know we've been interrupted by the pandemic, but could you comment on how you think we're doing as per the long-term plan for getting this up and running?
I think we've made significant progress. One of the questions that I've been asked frequently is how I think it's been going and how I think COVID impacted us, to which my response is it's really hard for me to gauge that since we opened the week that shelter in place began. And I think that certainly impacted us. I think COVID has had a big impact because we weren't in existence before, so people didn't know about us. And things have been closed. So I think it has taken a little bit longer than maybe it would have in some other circumstances. But we have seen a continual increase in the numbers. December was an odd month for us. But if I look at it in the context of COVID, which has seemed to align with the ebb and flow of clients, we do know that a lot of people were staying home in an effort to possibly spend some time with family. And numbers were going up. And so our December numbers were low, but November had increased, January increased even more than November, and February has been our highest month to date with regard to clients. We've had more and more individuals who have heard about us either through word of mouth or from other resources within the community, in addition to law enforcement continuing to drop off, which has been part of the plan. So I think the spread of information about triage's existence is beginning to disseminate throughout the community. In addition, part of what is already budgeted for 2021 is specific dollars for advertising. And so that will also be taking place this year as well.
Okay, thank you both. We'll move on to the report of the Finance Committee. Chairman Metzger.
Thank you, Chairman McIntyre. We have no items for action. We will have 4 items for the board, presentation to the board, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Are there any questions? Thank you. We'll go on to the report of the Health Committee. Chairman Schaefer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Health Committee has no items for action today, but we will have an item for the board next Thursday.
All right, thank you. Report of the Justice Committee. Chairman Erickson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Justice Committee has 4 items for action. The first item is item D1A, request approval of an intergovernmental agreement between the City of Bloomington and the County of McLean, regulating the use by the County of McLean of the police shooting range facility of the City of Bloomington. And I so move.
Motion by Chairman Erickson. Is there a second? Second by Member Martin. Comments or questions? Discussion? If not, we'll have a roll call vote.
Member Woolrad, thank you. Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Went,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 9 yes votes, 0 no votes, and the motion has passed. And we'll go back to Chairman Erickson.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is item D1B, request approval for the Emergency Management Agency to enter into memorandum of understanding to establish additional vaccination sites, and I so move.
Motion by Chairman Erickson. Is there a second? Second by Member Schaefer. Any comments or questions? If none, we'll have a roll call vote.
Member Woolrad,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Went,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 9 ayes, 0 nays. Motion has passed. Back to the floor for you, Member Erickson.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is item D1C. Request approval of an intergovernmental grant agreement between the state of Illinois, Illinois Criminal Justice Information Authority, and the county of McLean. And a link is provided, and I so move.
A motion by Chairman Erickson. Is there a second? Second by Member Metzger. Comments or questions? Seeing none, we'll have a roll call vote.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Went,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, 9 yes votes, 0 no votes, and the motion has carried. Back to the floor, Chairman Erickson.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is item D1D, request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2020 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance, and I so move.
Motion by Chairman Erickson. Is there a second to the motion? Second by Member Barnett. Comments or questions? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Went,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, 9 yes votes, 0 no votes. Motion has carried. Chairman Erickson, back to you.
Thank you. We have no other items for action. We have 2 additional items to be presented to the board. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We'll move on to the Land Use and Development Committee, Chairman Wendt.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have no things for action for the board, but we do have 1 item that will be presented to the board.
Thank you. Move on to the report of the Property Committee, Chairman Barnett.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Property Committee brings forward no actions to the board or the Executive Committee this month, but I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Okay, thank you. We'll go on to the Transportation Committee, Chairman Soldner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Transportation Committee has 4 items for action, all dealing with the show bus. The first 2 are applications. I'm going to combine those 2 together for 1 vote. G1A, request approval of an Illinois Department of Transportation fiscal year 2022, section 5311 formula application for rural areas operating assistance. Next one is G1B, request approval of an IDOT fiscal year 2022 downstate operating assistance program application for rural areas, and I so move both of those.
Any objection of combining items G1A and B? If none, is there a second to the motion by Chairman Soldner? Second by Member Wendt. Comments or questions? Discussion. We'll have a roll call vote.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Went,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 9 yes votes, 0 no votes. Motion has carried. Back to the floor, Chairman Soldner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The next two items are a purchase service agreement and a vehicle lease agreement. I'm going to combine those also, if it's okay. G1C, request approval of a purchase of service agreement between McLean County and Showbus for rural public transportation in fiscal year 2022. And then D, request approval of a revised vehicle lease agreement between McLean County and Showbus, and I so move those.
Is there any objection to combining items C and D on our agenda? If none, we have a motion on the floor by member Chairman Soldner. Is there a second? Second by member Metzger. Any comments, questions, or discussion? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call vote.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Went,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 9 yes votes, 0 no votes. Both items do carry. Back to you, Chairman Soldner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's all we have today for action. We will have a number of items to present to the board. Among those, we are beginning the process to repair some roads and a number of bridges, and I would be glad to answer any questions.
Thank you, sir. Go on to item H on our agenda, report of our county administration. Ms. Rodriguez?
Thank you, Chairman McIntyre. I have 3 items tonight to present for action. The first of which is H1A, request approval of a resolution of the McLean County Board to amend the rules of the McLean County Board as contained within Chapter 20 of the McLean County Code, found on page 83 of your packet.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by member Soldner. Is there a second to the motion? Second by member Barnett. Any comments or questions? This is the extension of our virtual meetings. If not, we'll have a roll call vote.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Went,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 9 yes votes, 0 no votes. Motion has carried. Mr. Rodriguez, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chairman. I will let the membership know that ahead of this action item, I do have Mr. Patrick Hoban, the Executive Director of the Economic Development Council, and Mr. Raymond Lai, the Executive County Regional Planning Commission, here to answer questions. I will go ahead and read H1B, request approval of a memorandum of understanding between Illinois State University, Illinois Wesleyan University, other participating agencies, and the town of Normal, city of Bloomington, and McLean County, found on pages 84 through 87 of your packet.
Is there a motion to approve? Motion by member Woolrab, second by member Soldner. Comments or questions? Hearing none, we'll have a roll call.
I think member Schaefer, I'm
Did you
sorry,
have-
has a
sorry?
question.
Member Schaefer?
Yeah. I'm not sure I'm going to support this at this time. I think I need a whole lot more information, and I apologize for not getting with the county administrator to do that. So between now and the full board meeting, I think I'd like to get some more information. One of the things I'm very concerned about with this is that back when Being Advantage came about, one of the things was we had a resolution that basically says the same kind of thing that many members of the board were not in agreement with because of the way it was worded. Even though this says, you're not going to, nothing's binding and funding and agreement on projects and stuff like that. I think that there were enough, quite a few members of the board at that time didn't necessarily agree with some of the things that may occur. And so I'm going to have to get a whole lot more information on this before I'm going to support this. So I don't know, if, Mr. Hoban, if you want to talk about anything like that. I understand the concept behind it, and I'm not against collaboration and cooperation and stuff like that at all. I think that this has the potential to put any one of the parties in positions that they may not want to be in.
Thank you. Mr. Owen, would you like to address the committee?
Sure thing. Thank you. I'd have to go back and look and see what was presented before. All I have is from my experience with this group since I've been here, and our first meeting was like October 2019. And you're right. The concept is just a collaborative effort in order to study best practices. So I'd actually want to follow up with you, Member Schaefer, to find out what some of the, I guess, concerns were about getting involved with this. So this is the first I've heard that there was any kind of an issue before. So shame on me for not doing my homework. But we just thought it was an MOU that was presented by ISU in order for them to start using some of their resources. They just wanted us all to be, in agreement that we were going to work together. And I think that's what this was structured. Actually, after another organization that's called Metro Lab, which is like a template for smart cities. So if we can find a better template that can alleviate some of those concerns, we will. But I guess I need to follow up too to find out, what some of the concerns were.
Thank you, Mr. Hoban. Mr. Lai, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, and I've only been with the Regional Planning Commission for a little over a year, but all along I've been attending the basically monthly meetings, and I haven't really heard anything that tied or connect the BA Advantage to this particular MOU or the program. And this program specifically is more related to smart cities, technology, and how we solve issues and problems collaboratively for our region. So again, if there might be specific concerns that we should be aware of because of the prior agreements or attempts for some kind of MOU, I think it would be good to know. But this is really a pure effort to enhance the quality of life by engaging the two universities and also the local governments working together and come up, with solutions and ideas, trying to, by using technology and whatnot. And now supposedly there might be other partners that will be involved down the road, but this MOU just would be among the three local governments as well as the two universities.
Thank you, sir. Member Erickson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Member Schaefer. I do remember that. I remember when that came before the board. It was the BN Advantage. It was the whole program. And I believe we did pass a resolution saying that something to the effect that we support collaboration, but we were not in support of, well, I don't know if we explicitly said this, but there were some members, including myself, that were not in support of everything in the BN Advantage plan. So, and I think Member Schaefer was on that committee as well when that came through, and I think that's what she's referencing. And, so I don't know if this ties in. I agree with Member Schaefer. I don't know if this ties into that same issue or not. It's hard for me to tell. I don't think it does, but I can't tell. So I have some of the same reservations that Member Schaefer has at the present time.
Anyone else? My understanding is, from what information I could find as well on this, was that this memorandum pretty much is an agreement to show unity in case there are such things as an application for and please correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Hoban, Mr. Lai, a National Science Foundation grants and other types of grant applications that might be involved, where the grant would ask if everybody that is involved, the community, is involved in support of this. Now, that could be done in many other ways, I would think, if that were to come about. Do you have any information for us that would help more than what we had talked about with smart cities?
Yeah, definitely. Those grant opportunities, the Science Foundation, that's one of them, and there are many other ones that we may not even know that could come up anytime. But basically, that's the immediate intent, and then we're still kind of in the infancy with the Smart City initiative, but really trying to get us moving in the right direction, by agreeing among the different parties to work together as a first step.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Hoban?
Yeah, again, this doesn't have anything to do with Be an Advantage at all. Be an Advantage was just a strategic plan that is no more. The EDC, we created our own strategic plan now. If anybody wants a copy, more than happy to share it. But this is strictly for smart city technology, just saying that we will partner with the universities to look for best practices.
Okay, thank you. Member Wendt, I believe you're next.
Yeah, if this is a problem with people understanding what it's involved, would you entertain a motion to table it until next month so that the people can be advised of the problems that they have with it?
Are you making that in?
Well, I'll make that motion if it's in order, and if the people that have questions agree.
Is there anybody else have a comment? Member Wendt will offer a motion to table this to a date certain, which would be our next executive committee meeting in April. Is there a second for that? Member Erickson, is there further discussion for the motion to table? Member Metzger?
So the motion to table is to accomplish what?
I believe the motion to table would be I would like to see what Mr. Hoban has. I mean, I don't know if I've seen that new plan that there's out there and see more about the Smart Cities initiative. So maybe I'm the one who was negligent, but I just need to see it. So I'd like to see it. It could be me. And then also, I don't believe that it has anything to do with the Be an Advantage either, as Mr. Hoban said, but I just want to check that to make sure that we're not violating the resolution that we had passed several years ago. So I don't believe there's any prejudice to hold this off for a month. So my view.
There is a motion to table and a second, table to a date certain. I think I have to limit discussion at this time and take a vote. Yes vote is a motion in favor of tabling until our executive committee meeting in April, with the direction for us to ask Mr. Lai and Mr. Holman to come back with more information at that time. We'll have a roll call vote.
Member Metzger, Member Woolrab.
No.
Member Metzger.
Yes.
Member Barnett.
No.
Member Wendt.
Yes.
Member Martin.
No.
Member Erickson.
Yes.
Member Soldner.
Yes.
Member Schaefer.
No.
Chairman McIntyre, I have 4 and 4.
Yeah, 4 and 4. I will vote yes. I believe that this would be something that would come to our regular board meeting, and we probably could use more information on, unless I don't see any other reason at this time. I'm explaining my vote here. I don't see any reason at this time to move this forward any faster than that. So we do have some time to take another look at it. Thank you. The motion carried. And this will be tabled to the executive committee meeting in April. Member Woolrab.
So someone here will be getting us some additional information to this committee? Is that what we are to expect then?
Yes, I think I try to clarify that as a direction for us to do that for the next month. Thank you. Member Schaefer?
So whom should we direct our questions and to?
If you want
Mr. Ho,
questions to our office, I will see and forward them on so they can be addressed, our administrative staff, to Member Holman and Mr. Lott, and our administrator.
It's fine.
Okay? All right, thank you. Where am I? So that motion was tabled. Do you have anything else at this time, Ms. Rodriguez?
I do have one more action item, Chairman, if I may.
Oh, I'm sorry, we're tabling.
No
Yes,
problem.
you have the floor.
I also want to thank, before I move on, thank you, Mr. Lai and Mr. Hoban, for joining us this evening, and we will be connecting.
Thank you.
Thank you. I will move on to H1C, which is request approval of a resolution of the McLean County Board continuing the declaration of a disaster pursuant to Section 11 of the Illinois Emergency Management Agency Act, pages 88 and 89 of your packet.
The motion by Member Martin, second by Member Schaefer. Comments or questions? If none, we'll have a roll call vote.
Member Woolrath,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Went,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, we have 9 yes votes, 0 no votes. Motion has carried. Do you have anything else for us tonight?
All I have is our report on recent employment activities on page 90, and that's it, Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll move on to item 5, other business and communication. Do you have any other business at this time? Member Solomon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a couple items. The first one, I understand that Administrator Rodriguez and yourself both appeared before, I believe it was the town of Normal, to discuss the shared sales tax. And I was just curious what kind of a reception you got and what kind of response, what kind of questions were asked.
I'm sorry. What was he saying at the time? The discussion with the town of Normal?
Correct, over the shared sales tax.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's on YouTube or on their meeting line or not.
Yeah, if I may, Chairman, actually, we were invited to talk about the mental health action plan. And so the majority of the discussion was led by Chairman McIntyre, discussing that plan, discussing the years of service of McLean County and its partnerships to the effectuation of the goals and objectives of that plan. There was a small bit of discussion about sales tax because, of course, that's what funds some of it. And it should be out on the town's YouTube page, I would assume, and I can look for that and provide links. We were the first hour, so you don't have to watch the whole meeting and you can look for us there. Chairman, I apologize for taking any of your thunder there, but go ahead, please.
No, basically, we walked them back through the history. There were a number of new town council members who weren't on when we presented in the previous presentations. And so we walked through the intergovernmental agreement and what all aspects that involved. And we did talk briefly about sales tax. But basically it was proportioned out, for each initiative that we had in our agreement. You can access that. I think it was well received. I think it was just a chance to update. We have pledged to give an annual report in some form to both councils again next year.
Okay, all right. And then the other two items I had were just announcements. I was going to announce that Rules Committee is going to meet the end of this month, March 31st. That's a Wednesday at 4:30 p.m. That is will be again another virtual meeting. Virtual? Anyhow. And we'll be sending a link to that to those members of that committee. And then lastly, I want to make an announcement that Chairman McIntyre is going to speak at the State of the State meeting put on by the McLean County Chamber of Commerce. That's Thursday, the 11th, this coming Thursday at 7 a.m. And I assume you look at the Chamber of Commerce's Facebook page and get information on how you can view that also. Just a couple announcements. Thank you.
Yeah, Ms. Rodriguez is going to join me in that presentation. It's the state of the county, not the state. I don't have to tackle that one. That would be much more difficult at this point in time. I think we'll be okay to present to our chamber members where we are with 5 or 6 different areas that we've dealt with since COVID has been here and kind of where we are. It's an update for the chamber members, very similar to what we had in the past, where the 2 mayors and myself spoke over at Wesleyan for their breakfast. So this is another time to present something virtually. Ms. Rodriguez has gracefully offered to join me in going through and presenting that. So you can catch us very early on Thursday morning, 7 a.m. on the chamber, or I'm sure they'll have it on their website later. Thank you. Any other? Anyone else, other business? If not, I've got bills submitted, reviewed, and approved and paid by our auditor. One is our usual general fund, shared sales tax, and veterans assistance bill for the amount total of $140,092.81. And the other is from regional planning for the amount of $235.98. Is there a motion to approve our bills as presented? Motion by member Metzger. Is there a second? Second by member Woolrab. Any comments, questions? If not, we'll have a roll call vote.
Member Woolrab,
Yes.
Member Metzger,
Yes.
Member Barnett,
Yes.
Member Went,
Yes.
Member Martin,
Yes.
Member Erickson,
Yes.
Member Soldner,
Yes.
Member Schaefer,
Yes.
Chairman McIntyre.
Yes, and so we have 9 yes votes, 0 no votes. And the motion to pay the bills is passed. I don't have anything else for this evening. Thank you, Mr. Lai and Mr. Holman, for generously spending some time with us. We'll take another look at this issue, come back next month and discuss it some more. Appreciate that. Mr. Lai, thank you for not spending very much money out of your department this month. Paying the bills. Anybody else have anything? If not, stay healthy, stay safe, stay happy, and we'll see you Thursday night. This meeting's adjourned.